the shoulder of her red top tore, their fire or heard their cries and reported it. The moment grew strangely more intimate. Evening was falling, and the air grew stunned. Did it bring this? Emily's red top and black skirt clung even slicing through the air, narrowly missing. Air growled fiercely and lunged. Adam struck. In the evening, as the sunlight began to fade, Emily, old beautiful and charming American girl, was riding her red sports bike. She wore a sleeveless red top that fit her body perfectly, paired with a black short leather skirt that highlighted her stylish and alluring personality. Her high-heeled black boots made her look even more attractive. Emily loved traveling alone, especially along long highways and through forested routes. The speed of the bike, the wind blowing through her hair, and the thrilling feeling always filled her with joy. But as soon as she entered the deeper part of the forest, suddenly, her bike jolted and came to a stop. She tried several times to restart the engine, but it was useless. With a sigh, she parked the bike to the side and wondered what to do next. Her phone had no signal. Night was quickly approaching, and within the silence of the forest, an eerie fear lingered. Disheartened, she began walking along the forest path on foot. After some time, she heard footsteps behind her. She turned around and saw two young men emerging. Both of them wore strange smiles on their faces. "Say hello, beauty," one of them said mockingly. "What are you doing here all alone in this wilderness?" Trying to remain cautious, Emily replied, "My bike broke down. Could you please show me the way or help me somehow?" But their expressions told another story. One of them stepped closer and said, "Help you will get. But there's a condition." Emily tried to step back, but the two of them blocked her path. Emily panicked and took a step back, but the two young men surrounded her from both sides. In the silence of the forest, only the sound of crickets and her heavy breathing could be heard. One of the men grabbed her wrist tightly, while the other laughed and said, "Do you really think we're going to let you go?" Emily struggled with all her strength to free her hand, but their grip was firm. In the scuffle, the shoulder of her red top tore, leaving a scratch on her skin. She cried out. Emily struggled with all her strength to free her hand, but their grip was firm. In the scuffle, the shoulder of her red top tore, leaving a scratch on her skin. She cried out, "Let me go. Please don't do this." But their eyes gleamed with cruelty. One shoved her back roughly while the other moved closer. Emily fell hard to the ground. Her heels snapped, and her hair became tangled with dirt. Her heartbeat raced wildly. She knew now that the danger was real. Just as one of them lunged at her, a thunderous roar echoed through the forest. From behind the trees, a massive wild lion emerged. His golden eyes glowed in the darkness. Both men froze in terror. Emily trembled in fear, but the lion's wrath was not directed at her. It was upon them. The two screamed, tried to run, but the beast finished them right there. Emily's body shook uncontrollably. Sitting on the ground, she gasped for breath. Slowly, the lion turned its gaze toward her. Emily shut her eyes tight, convinced her time had come. But the lion did nothing. It simply sat down near her. In its eyes, there was no rage, but an odd, calming serenity. Emily was stunned. Was this lion actually protecting her? Emily was still sitting on the ground, trembling. The lion was right in front of her. She could hear its heavy breathing, and its glowing eyes looked even more mysterious in the darkness. Emily thought this was her chance. Perhaps she should run. But she was in terrible condition. Her clothes were torn, her foot was injured, and hunger gnawed at her insides. A short while later, the lion returned, this time carrying a small goat in its jaws. It dropped the goat near her feet and then silently lay down. Emily was stunned. Did it bring this for me?" she whispered to herself. She gathered wood from the forest, lit a fire, and began roasting the goat. The lion lay nearby, as if guarding her from any other danger. When Emily finally ate, her hunger eased, and strength slowly returned to her body. It grew deeper and darker. Emily and the lion remained in the same place together. A strange trust was forming between them. In her heart, Emily murmured, The soft morning light filtered through the trees. When Emily slowly opened her drowsy eyes, she realized the lion was gone. All the memories of the night before felt like a strange dream. She carefully stood up and began walking deeper into the forest. Not far ahead, she spotted a large tree heavy with bright red, juicy-looking fruits. Hunger once again stirred inside her. Emily started climbing the tree. Her fitted red top was close to tearing, and the black skirt made it difficult to move. But somehow, she managed to reach higher up. Pain shot through her leg. It was badly injured, and blood began to flow. Emily writhed in agony, tears streaming down her face. She wanted to call for help, but the forest was silent. Just then, a voice came from behind the bushes. "Hey, are you all right?" Emily looked up and saw a handsome young American man standing there. Just then, a voice came from behind the bushes. "Hey, are you all right?" Emily looked up and saw a handsome young American man standing there. "Your leg, it's badly hurt," he said with deep concern. From his bag, he pulled out a bandage and gently wrapped it around her wound. Emily gazed into his eyes, and for the first time since last night, she felt an unusual sense of peace. Despite the pain, she managed a faint smile. "My name is Emily," the young man smiled back. "I'm Adam. Looks like we need each other now." Emily's leg was injured, but Adam's encouragement gave her strength. Slowly, with his support, they moved deeper into the forest. Evening was falling, and the air grew damp. Suddenly, thunder rumbled in the sky, and heavy rain began to pour. They both huddled together inside the shelter. The rain was so intense that water collected on the ground, and their clothes were soon soaked. Emily's red top and black skirt clung even tighter to her body in the rain, and she began shivering from the cold. Dan pulled her close to keep her warm. The embrace of his arms felt like a wall of protection around her. Amidst the pounding rhythm of raindrops, the moment grew strangely more intimate. Adam whispered softly, "Don't worry, I'm here with you now." Emily's heartbeat quickened. She lowered her gaze, but in the next instant, their eyes met. After a brief pause, Adam gently wrapped her in his arms. Emily closed her eyes and let herself sink into the warmth of his closeness. The rain poured relentlessly, the roof of the shelter dripping. In the darkness, cold, and loneliness, the two of them drew so close that the invisible walls between them crumbled. That night had silently become the witness of a new bond. The night passed amidst heavy rain. The shelter's roof leaked in several places, but Emily and Adam clung to each other, keeping the cold at bay. Yet, as the first rays of dawn pierced through the trees, a new danger awaited them. With thunder rumbling overhead, a violent storm swept across the forest. Trees swayed violently, branches snapped and fell all around. The wind grew so fierce that their fragile shelter collapsed in an instant. Emily and Adam barely managed to escape as it crashed down. "We have to get out of here before the trees fall on us," Adam shouted over the roar of the storm. They stumbled forward, trying to run, when suddenly the bushes ahead shook violently. Emerging from the thicket was a massive, black wild bear, advancing toward them. Its sharp teeth and claws gleamed menacingly. Emily screamed, "Adam, it's going to kill us." Adam quickly snatched up a large wooden branch. "I'll hold it off, run." But Emily shook her head, her voice trembling yet firm. "I'm not leaving you alone." The bear growled fiercely and lunged. Adam struck with the branch, but the beast was far too powerful. With a mighty swipe, it sent Adam crashing to the ground. Summoning every ounce of courage, Emily grabbed a jagged rock nearby and hurled it with all her strength. The stone struck near the bear's eye, making it reel back in pain. Seizing the moment, Adam struck again with the branch, driving the animal back. Together, they fought desperately, their lives hanging by a thread. For a brief moment, the bear retreated. The bear lunged again, its claws slicing through the air, narrowly missing Adam. He barely dodged, but a deep wound tore across his arm. Emily screamed, but at that very moment, The silence of the forest was shattered by the thunderous roar of helicopter blades. Beams of light swept through the trees. It was a rescue team. Perhaps a passerby had seen their fire or heard their cries and reported it. The crack of the gun echoed through the forest, and the startled bear retreated, disappearing back into the depths of the jungle. Emily immediately rushed to support Adam. "Are you okay?" Despite the blood on his arm, Adam forced a faint smile. "I'll be fine, we made it." The rescue team helped them to their feet, guided them out of the forest, and onto the waiting helicopter. Emily sat by the window, gazing down at the vast expanse of the jungle below, the same jungle that had been home to her fear, pain, and unexpected miracles. Her mind replayed the night the lion saved her, the moment Adam appeared, and the rain-soaked night when they had drawn so close. It all felt like a surreal film. Adam looked into her eyes and replied, "Maybe it was the forest itself that chose us for one another."